Yeah.
What up, boy?
What's up, man?
Thought I'd hop in the little chatteroo. I hope everybody can hear me. Say something in the chat if you can hear me. But I wanted to verbally commentate on some of this gameplay because some of this stuff is rather fucking enthralling in regards to survival horror.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, man.
My boy Justin's doing great. So, old-fashioned keyring. So, catch me up a little bit because I stepped away.
Okay,
To
so
do boyfriend duties.
to do boyfriend duties. You and Doctor both had to do boyfriend duties. Look at you guys. You guys are so good. You're so good. You should tell your girlfriends. You know what I'm missing out on? A dude missed horribly. An evil within. So I can do these things for you. I'm watching this dude totally scrub it out right now.
It's funny because like it's something you can't elaborate upon to somebody who just like doesn't give a fuck about video games. I love my girl to death. She understands that I have an unhealthy relationship with video games, like fucking a passion-driven relationship. She's also very fuckless about it.
Yeah.
And so you know when it's like you know it's time to call your girlfriend time. We do this nightly. We call each other. It's a very important part of our day, and I think that if I fucking fail upon, I am the fuckless, careless one who is irresponsible because you know this video games is far more important than a relationship in that very moment where you know there's well I wouldn't say an unspoken an expectation set about a relationship that we call each other nightly and see how our fucking days were. It's a very important part of my day. So for me to fail on that at any point in time is just no, it's not a thing that I should do.
Doctor's girlfriend hates his gaming habit.
But it's like one of those things that's just like, you know, hey, how's it going, babe? I'm just gonna cut this conversation short of this. And it's just like, well, what is this? It's just like, well, my buddy is playing a game and people are watching it online and
and that's way more important than you. That's always a fun conversation. And him doing really poor. Oh, so he must be like really good. Like he must be like pro status, and you're trying to get hints on how to play. Like he's doing secrets. No. Actually, he's pretty terrible.
No.
He's pretty awful at the game.
He's pretty terrible. This is his first in the fucking game. Actually, the people watching are pretty much coaching him through it. You know,
hand holding me just a little bit, just a little bit. Being coddled just a little.
So catch me up. You're outside right now.
Okay, so
what's that? I mean, there's a whole different. I love how this game has just very different vibes.
Yeah, like the setting never stays stagnant. It's not like I'm ever just stuck in a fucking mansion or, you know, stuck outside or anything like that. Like everything moves pretty quickly. So I killed that two-headed freaky elephant in the room creature.
Okay. Very good jokes, by the way. If I must add. There was some comedic gold back there. That I don't think we had, you know, proper comedic timing because everything is 15 seconds delayed.
Delayed, yeah. Yeah, it definitely hurts. It definitely hurts.
It's so miserable. It's the most miserable thing. And the delay time used to be shorter on Twitch.
Yeah, I heard it's gotten worse because they've upped the quality of basically the stream. The stream, yeah.
The video. But and you know, and I get it, but also, I mean, like, it's just one of those things. I guess, you know, Twitch is far too big for, you know, a service. You know, I don't know. It's just that I feel like that's a tall order. I mean, I'm not a coder. I don't, fucking know how the software works.
I'm in no place to tell people how to do their jobs.
Exactly, but truthfully, I think I understand. Like, I think I get it. You know what I mean? Like, it must be fucking difficult to have a flawless service such as this, where different internet speeds are trying to push through large amounts of data.
Yeah, constantly too.
Each other. Yeah.
And it's not like it's something pivotal. Like, we're not saving lives doing this. You know what I mean? It's not like, I mean, I guess you could kind of argue, like ADGQ, they do good stuff for people. And in case people don't know what that is, that's Awesome Games done quick, and it's kind of a charity that's run every year in which speedrunners get together and they blow through their favorite games as fast as possible. If you're lucky, sometimes people break world records. All in all, the whole experience is actually just really entertaining to watch because you see them basically break the game. So you see like some neat tricks in your favorite games that you otherwise wouldn't even notice. And in that instance, they're doing a good cause, and they raise a lot of money. Which is awesome.
Yeah, it raises a lot of money, which is fascinating within itself to think about. The exchange of revenue through a service like Twitch. Like, I think that's just it's an unconventional platform for something like that, and the many creative uses that I'm seeing Twitch being utilized for is fantastic. Like, imagine someone who's a DJ, right? They mix together essentially, like, their job is make a public club's playlist sound way fucking cooler than it could possibly be. And they mix these things together and test run their playlists live on Twitch. Not that I actually watch Twitch for this shit. I just think it's fascinating that people do it. Art is another thing. Like, people are now painting and engaging an actual audience. But what's fascinating about that within itself is that the audience that they're engaging with are also fellow artists. So people are like taking the work, taking live critiques in real time, and applying it to their pieces. So should they, so choose to. Fuck, fascinating, dude.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool how where it's gone to, like where it's
absolutely
where it kind of taken. Oh, and Doctor, you weren't here, but I found a key all on my own. I knew there was going to be a fucking key on that carousel. Of course, this game had to have a carousel at some fucking point. I'm like, there's no way there's not a key on that carousel. And that one I did on my own. I'm proud of myself. I was like, yeah, that's my instincts right there, kicking in.
So when you found that carousel, did you hang a left before Silent Hill? Because I'm pretty sure those are all the carousels.
Dude, but that's okay. Yeah,
there.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Is that you can totally see all the influences this game. I don't want to say steals because that's so negative, but definitely was influenced by. It's kind of got
no, absolutely.
It's got fear kind of mixed in there. I kind of see like the elements like how I got to this city was because like the world's essentially being torn apart. This game to me has a really big feeling with that of like The Cell. If you've ever seen the movie The Cell.
I have seen that movie.
Yeah, it's Jennifer Lopez.
Delightful Jennifer Lopez film.
You gotta take it for what it's worth. It's got Vincent D'Onofrio in it, and he's fantastic as the villain, though, as the antagonist. And
that is fascinating.
Yeah, this game reminds me a lot of that movie. The whole going inside of the, a killer's mind, like, kind of aspect of it.
Yeah. Real quick, just to touch on the note of how this game pays homage or, takes influence from, however you want to frame it. What is happening?
There's a fucking thing in the water, dude. There's always got to be a part where there's a thing in the water, dude. All right, I'm gonna drop the bodies, and hopefully it eats those.
All right, so real quick before I lose this thought, back on the way that this game, you know, pays homage or takes influence from. His name's Eric, and Eric.
Whose name is Eric?
I have a buddy.
Oh, okay. I was like,
okay,
what?
I have a friend.
Okay.
I got a friend named Eric. He does music. You know, he's a hip hop artist. He performs very often in South Florida, various places, and he goes by the name of Sonar. He's got a tattoo across his chest that says "There's nothing new under the sun," and that phrase within itself is just so fucking deliciously saturated with existential dread. But it's so accurate, you know. All art, I mean, I feel like is just an evolution of the last art piece. You know what I mean? Like concept artists, for example, like they're
just real quick. Can you see the billboard I'm looking at right now?
Nah. What does it say?
It says Chainsaw 3D, and it's like literally the same print and everything as the Saw movies, which obviously inspired this too, like with Ruvik.
Yeah.
His like kind of, you know, chamber that you get trapped in.
I just caught up on the chat. I didn't, and like, oh man, Dr. Killjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
My girlfriend fucking hates my video game. You can tell her, dude. You can tell her there's worse things to have habits for, man. Trust me. Trust me.
That is fucking true. You know, I think it's I don't know, man. I feel like the idea or the perception of playing video games is gonna change real soon in a drastic way, I feel like.
Well, I think the idea of being a gamer has become a bit more, I guess you could say, cool in a way. Like,
yeah, it's certainly been popularized. But here's the thing, though: you're in that reality. You're living in a reality that is not only exonerating the habit, you know, making it a career for some people, and kind of showing young kids who are impressionable that you could just make a living playing video games if that's what you like to do. And not to say that that's the worst thing in the world. Fucking A, you know, I hope to achieve a fucking career doing that. You know, who doesn't want something like that, especially when you're so passionate. But
well, yeah,
we also live in a day and age where it just got classified as, you know, a mental disorder, or, you know, or an addiction. You know, something along those lines where, you know, if you play games excessively by this criteria, if you fit this criteria, you know, you may have a... And, I don't know, man, it's interesting, because I've never seen playing video games as an issue in my life. Sure, you know, when you're younger, maybe your mom tells you it's a fucking shitty habit to have.
Well, I mean, it's because they want you to be more active, and, you know, at the time, there really wasn't careers that you could pursue playing video games as opposed to nowadays. What the fuck?
Well, right, it didn't exist yesterday, you know.
All right.
I'm not sure what's happening, because I'm buffering as fuck over here.
Well, it's horrible. Everything that's happening is horrible. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my gut.
Facebook called "Everything Is Terrible," and this is what I feel like is happening.
Oh my god, my stamina's like next to nothing. Where's this fake Ruvik?
I noticed this during last night's stream. The way you say stamina.
Stamina? Is it wrong?
Say stamina.
Am I saying it wrong?
Letters around. Yeah.
I am.
Think about it, like, yes.
Fake.
Yes, I am.
Doctor just said, I don't know if you're looking at the chat, but he just said there's even a Gamers Anonymous now. I mean, that's just too much. I mean, really, like, I get where people are kind of coming from. It's got escapist kind of undertones to it, like people who don't want to kind of live in this world, you know, in this reality.
Absolutely.
But
it has the same criteria as a drug addiction. Abso-fucking-lutely. 100%.
I don't know. I just feel like in this world, there's much worse things that you could be addicted to and have a habit.
That's absolutely. That's not to say that's not how I feel. I'm just saying that I get it. I understand. You know, that's just like anything. That's any kind of xenophobia, right? When you don't fucking understand it, what do? You fear the fucking thing because you have no idea. And I think that's kind of what's happening. You know, old boys in a particular seat who are just like, you know, I didn't grow up with this thing, this thing in pop culture, this video games. So I don't get it. You know, it looks bad. It quacks like a duck. It looks like a duck.
Well, I mean, not only that. I mean, you've also got people kind of giving certain elements of it bad names. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, absolutely. Fucking losers dying in video game cafes. Like, come on, man. You know, like, God, come on, for real? How did he die? A heart attack in a video game cafe. Why? Because he didn't eat anything
doctor.
For 48 hours and drank nothing but fucking Monster
energy drinks. Yeah. Mutilated body like, found in sewer.
Why did you do this?
The body of a man with his brain exposed and surgical scars found in Crimson City sewer, dead for several months, reminiscent of Elk River serial killer. Who is Ruvik? Missing Crimson City Police Inspector Arnold Brown claimed to be holding important evidence in an unsolved case before he disappeared. Interesting. One of the cool things I really love about this game is your HUD. Your hub, I should really say more like your hub world, your safe zone is continuously distorted as the game progresses, which is fantastic. So it's not dull coming back to it.
What is this game called?
What do you mean?
There's this game. Hold on, I'm trying to find them. Oops.
That's me. That's my voice.
It is your voice. Okay. All right.
I sound important,
trying to find
like
the most
a doctor.
Optimal way to watch this stream.
A sexy doctor. And thanks for the props, doctor. I just thought I should let you know because you've been helping me along the way. Seriously? Dude, that's pretty serious.
That's nuts.
That's pretty serious, doctor.
Fucking intense, dude.
That's like methamphetamine, bro.
It's not okay.
That's the rabbit hole right there, man.
It's just not fucking okay. Okay, so I've graced these events that exist in this world but strictly for fighting games. Fighting video games. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Smash Bros, everything. And at these events, and what I'm about to say is taboo as fuck, because when it happens, it's like an elephant in a room that everybody fucking ignores. But for whatever reason, the demographic involved with this community of people don't fucking either take showers or wear deodorant. And it makes no goddamn sense to me.
Yeah, the FGC doesn't really take very good care of itself, to be perfectly honest.
That's one of those things that it's just like ridiculous. Like,
but I do think that's changing though. I think if you look at a lot of the more popular players in the FGC, they're well groomed, and they're taking more healthier strides. I mean, look at, for instance, Taquito. He's like one of the #1 Street Fighter players in the world. And he practices meditation, and he is on a team because now, there's houses where pro players go to get together, and they live together so that way they can play against the best constantly. And he's brought that philosophy to other people. So you have people like Justin Wong, who always kind of looked like he might have needed a shower. His hair always looked kind of greasy, and he's out of shape. Let's just be honest. But Taquitos kind of spread that message of meditation and saying that having a healthy body promotes a healthy mind. Oh yeah, that's very true. Doctor, it wasn't Doctor who did it. It was somebody. He was just saying the people who do that. But he's.
Oh, he was talking in the third person.
Yeah. But they're kind of promoting a more healthy lifestyle now, and showing the benefits of it and how it actually increases gameplay, increases reaction time and things like that.
It's science.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
simple
all
and it's science.
Yeah, it all goes together. It all goes one hand washes the other.
Yeah. Your body and your hands are a part of a fucking ecosystem that needs things to operate at a maximum capacity. Drink water. Eat brain food. This functions. Your fingers do the fucking thing that you want them to do in real time. Like, it's just science. I mean, but aside from that, dude, I just don't understand how the habit develops. Like, are you really playing games so intensely that you can't spare 10 to 15 minutes to take a shower?
To be honest, I think at that level you are. I think you kind of are, though, at that point. I mean, if you listen to the regimen, these guys are playing, like, 8 hours. Like, 8 straight full hours, non-stop. Consistent battling to learn timing, counting frames. Yeah, I mean, that's really what it takes.
But not.
But I mean, like I was saying though, there's tons of people who are breaking that stigma. I mean, like you even have a gentleman like Low Tier God. He takes very good care of himself, works out constantly, offers videos on how to eat.
Yeah, I'm sure there's things that I said.
Oh my God,
I'll give that
dude, I'm getting stun locked. I'm screwed. Fuck. I'm sorry. Continue. That just sucked. Dude basically shot like
I'm trying to keep up with your
explosive bolts like right up my ass, dude. It sucks because the animation for him to get up takes way too long.
So just to put this conversation in perspective, you are playing a game 15 seconds faster than I'm watching it. I'm installing GTA 5 as I'm having this conversation.
You're doing too much.
We're talking in real time. Like
the future is now.
So there's a lot of things going on right now, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean you got to do that, Doctor. You got to get up. You got to move your body, get the blood flowing, and it helps. It really does. It really makes a difference. And I know this isn't a good thing, but I go have a cigarette. I go have a smoke, and I usually come back to the game feeling a lot better about it. Because sometimes, I mean, like I can get pretty ragey at certain games for sure. But I feel like having that break, allows me to approach the game fresh, and gives me the ability to come at it from like a different angle, use my brain a little bit more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think more or less with, I mean, again, I don't know. Games, you use your hands, you use your brain to play them, and if those things aren't working the best that they can, like, that's a philosophy that you should take with you as a competitive game. Diet of Doritos and fucking Taco Bell and Monster.
It's not helping anybody. Yeah, it's not helping anybody, especially not you.
And it sucks because like this is where things get black and white. Because who benefits from that, from enforcing that kind of lifestyle, right?
Yeah, I really don't know.
It's the brands that are.
I mean, there
wearing would-be jerseys with their logos on them.
Well, I mean, there's definitely a stigma with. There's always that image of the gamer on his ass, eating Doritos and drinking Mountain Dew for whatever fucking reason. How am I missing? I'm not gonna lie, I like Mountain Dew. I like Mountain Dew a lot.
I'm not. I'm allergic to Mountain Dew.
I like Mountain Dew. I ain't gonna fight
Sodas. I like a good old glass soda. I used to root beer, maybe.
Root beer's good. I like ginger ale too.
But cream soda is my favorite.
You keep breaking up. I'm just letting you know. You're falling apart on me, dude.
I know that was another aspect of the. Not only are these things happening at different time frames, but you're also breaking up. But I'm being so cool about it and just using context clues to put things together.
Well, that works then. Why do these guys have machine guns? Who's giving monsters machine guns?
I don't know.
I mean, I know this is like my consciousness too, so maybe it's me, but that doesn't seem right. You son of a bitch, dude. Just die. I should really be using my crossbow. I have no idea.
These things? What are these things supposed to be?
The people? Like because they're not infected. That'd be wrong to call them infected. Like they're not zombies necessarily. They're like distorted images. Like I said, this is all me just doing inferences from, you know, me playing and going from there. But like, what they're supposed to be, in my opinion, is essentially all the people that have wronged Ruvik in his life, as well as the people he's experimented on, and the way he's materialized them in his world, where they're essentially his puppets.
Okay.
So it's not like a disease, but he does have this way of getting into your skull. What happened?
Are we talking about the protagonist or the antagonist?
The antagonist, Ruvik. Ruben Ruvik. His real name's Ruben, I guess, but he became Ruvik. I don't know. I guess when he took on this new persona, it was like he changed his name. Not really sure. I know his birth name is Ruvik, but that's about as far as I go on that.
So is that like the equivalent of naming yourself Star Child?
Yeah.
And like going to every Woodstock, but
yeah, exactly, like changing your name to Moon. I'm Moonbeam now. Okay.
You can call me Moonbeam.
Yeah, he just woke up one day and said, I hate being called Ruben. I'm Ruvik now. And everybody was like, sure, whatever, dude. Whatever you want. You got half a face, dude. You do it. Whatever
whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever makes your creepy ass happy, dude. Just fucking don't stand too close to me.
Your face is falling off. Whatever your little heart desires. I'm sure he was a little boy. Was he?
I see you. Oh, of course. Their faces can deflect all kinds of bullets. God.
Bullet.
Yeah. They've got metal masks on that make them now like impossible to shoot for whatever reason.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because it's not enough.
To do that.
It's not enough in this game that I have to never have ammo ever. But now my enemies also have. Look at this! This dude has no face!
You can't shoot him if you can't shoot his face off if he doesn't have a face to shoot.
Dude, I'm telling you, when you see me come up on the fat dude, you'll see exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I blew a hole through this dude's face.
See, you're still climbing ladders for me, bro.
Well, that's not very exciting. Can you not? Just die. Alright, so I activated this.
What was the first to do that?
What was the first what?
The first game to do that. You gotta shoot him in the head. Oh, but he's got it gone now. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't. Watch out! They built metal masks. The zombies banded together and said, "This dude keeps shooting us in the fucking face. What are we gonna do about that?" This guy's an asshole.
You remember?
Look at this dude.
When we
Get
told
out
you
of here.
The way to win is to shoot him in the head. You can't do that anymore.
No, they took that away. So, like, your whole video game life, you've been taught to shoot zombies in their fucking head, and then they're like, nope, not anymore, dude. These zombies, they have masks on that somebody bought them.
I feel like the thing about, though, is objectively how you make a good game is by scan it and then, like, breaking it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you gotta, it's like good writing. Like, you learn the rules of writing a good story, and then you break those rules. And that's what makes you a great writer, is because now you've got the unpredictable in your shit. Holy shit. Oh, shit. What are you doing here? Get out of here, dude. Yeah, just stand next to the fiery crates. Thank you. Smart enough to build masks. Not smart enough not to stand next to explosive canisters. I'll take it, though. I'll take it. Well, it's like, I always find it funny because, like, you know, and I've done it myself, too. Like, when people are playing games, they complain about things, like, that are silly. Like, oh, can you believe that that dude's just gonna stand there and let me shoot him? Or can you believe that, you know, the AI is not gonna complain about me taking too long? And, I mean, let's be honest. If that really happened, how pissed would you be? I'd be fucking furious. Don't tell me what to do.
I personally hate it in games. For example, I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 5 lately. But the characters, every single fucking character got fucking backwards shit to say to you all the goddamn time.
Yeah, like
so
scold
no matter
you.
what you're doing in this, yeah, no matter what you're doing in this fucking open world sandbox of a game, somebody was there to fucking criticize you about it. And it's fucking hysterical. The game is very meant the way it in times.
Yeah, I haven't touched Grand Theft Auto 5. To be honest, open world games are too overwhelming, in my opinion. Like, I'm somebody who likes... Yeah, overwhelming. Like, there's just too much. There's just too much to do in them. And I get lost. That's like why I don't play Skyrim. Because I'll spend my entire time that I'm supposed to be playing that game doing side quests. I'll never even touch the actual game. And it's just too much. I get burnt out. Well, the thing is I like...
No, that I understand.
I'm a completionist, so I want to do everything the game has to offer. And those games just, they work against me because of that obsession.
Damn.
Alright, so here's my journal. Let's read my journal. Let's hear my thoughts. Almost 6 months since the accident. What happened? No, we have to read my journal.
You have to read it aloud.
Yeah.
Say.
Almost 6 months since the accident, Myra and I drift further apart with every passing week. I have to stay strong, but it's so easy to drown my thoughts in whiskey. I figure as long as it doesn't affect my work, what I do on my own time is private. I finally got Myra to open up to me about the accident. Now I'm more worried than ever. I don't know what's worse. The fact that Myra is becoming paranoid and maybe losing her mind, or the fact that what she is proposing, that the fire wasn't an accident, could be real. I owe it to her to trust her instincts, but if they're correct, God help whoever did this. And see, I knew that was going to happen, dude. The death of a child always, typically for as like a kind of like as a plot device, tears everything apart, family wise.
I must be losing it.
Well, yeah. I mean, how do you? In real life, how do you fucking cope with that? Yeah.
Well, I mean, see, like
It's been a while since
the part where he has an advantage over other people in this instance is that neither one of them were there when the accident happened. Typically, couples blame one another for the death of a child, or they start to feel like one is not sympathizing as much, doesn't feel the loss as heavy as the other does, and that makes them start to drift apart. So in this instance, you know, he's kind of lucky in that way, because they can't really pin the blame on each other. Neither one of them were there.
Interesting.
But I think that's why, you know, obviously in the game they're still kind of, you know, happily together. Not happily, I mean, that's obviously wrong, but you know, it obviously did something, because his wife is missing in the story. I don't know if you were there for that, but she's gone, so nobody knows where she is. Apparently she was working on a case, and obviously this is the case that drove her to go missing. So we'll have to see where that leads. Sitting in the Barney chair. There we go. $15,000 still.
So tell me about the place that he goes to. Where is it?
I'm
It's
sorry,
not
doctor. That fucking sucks, bro. Like, where is he going in this game? Is that what you just asked me?
Yeah. Look that you're in right now.
It's a world created by the mind of because like the premise of the game, like I said before, is that it's a whole bunch of separate consciousnesses sharing one consciousness, but the most powerful will, like the most powerful consciousness, sorry, it's like blah blah blah, controls it, and in this instance that's Ruvik. So this is Ruvik's world essentially that I'm inhabiting. So every time I go somewhere,
not real, right?
It's
you
no,
guys are
it's
in a room somewhere.
Yeah, we're hacked
down,
into
taking a
his
nap in
mind
dreamland.
essentially. Yeah, think of it kind of like Inception, or like I said, The Cell. The Cell really to me is the best way to go, as far as like understanding kind of like the premise. Like I'm basically living inside of his nightmare, so everything I'm seeing is a combination is essentially, you know, it's Kafkaesque. It's nightmarish in quality because it's his memories. And you know, like anyone can tell you, memories aren't 100%, and whenever you dream, it's an amalgam of everything you've heard and everything you've seen, all being put together to create that scenario, that setting. And that's essentially what I'm walking through, is Ruvik's dream world, his memories. So, which is why, yeah, low tech matrix. But that's essentially what it is. So, which is why I can be in a place that looks medieval but has electricity, because it's not a real place. It doesn't actually exist. It's not real, but it's as real as anything else. I mean, reality is what you make it, and I'm living within this reality right now. Which is cool, because it allows the setting to change so fluidly, like we were talking before.
Kidman?
Where is she?
Feels.
Yeah, I love the premise behind this game. I think it's pretty fucking great. Like I said, you can definitely see all the influences it's taken from, you know, all the certain games that it's picked as its favorites, so to say. I mean, because you got like a little bit of BioShock, and then you got all the movie references. So you got Saw in here, you got Texas Chainsaw, you got,
Oh, for sure.
you know, The Grudge was obviously a big part of it. I think just Japanese horror in general. Japanese horror tends to take it a step farther I think, than most.
Yeah.
Like American horror. Like, there's certain boundaries that we don't like to touch that Japanese horror is more than willing to. I think that's why the Silent Hill games are
like
so
The
fucking
Audition.
fantastic.
You ever see The Audition?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that movie's fucked.
Better get over there.
With the piano wire. It's good shit.
Yes. That's just a fucking decent thriller, is what that is.
Great. I can't go in the water. This is gonna work against me. I already know. Do you have a set amount of time I can get to that?
Oh, I don't know.
Yep. Oh, you son of a bitch. Get up. Get up. God damn it, bro. Fuck.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you fail at this thing.
Story of my life. Always a water monster, dude. Always a water monster.
There's always a fucking water monster.
You know when you flash enemies, when you crouch, you can stab them. No, I did not know that. To be honest, I haven't really used the flash bolts at all. I know that's like sacrilege, but I really haven't. Stay on this car, please. No. Alright, go. 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 Don't let it get you! Damn it,
I
Detective
love that fucking
Castellanos.
feeling.
Dude, it gets my blood going, bro. Like I said, I haven't felt this anxious from a horror game in a long time, so I appreciate it. I really do.
Dude, I have to say the same for Resident Evil 7.
Resident Evil 7
really
is fantastic.
Dude, that game really puts my butt in a knot, dude. Like, it's intense.
Kidman, hold on.
The end of Zoe chapter was really good too. If you haven't gotten to play it,
I haven't played it yet.
it's fantastic. It's
Don't
actually
tell me.
really good.
I'm
different.
thinking maybe streaming it might be a good experience.
Yeah, I have to do it on Joe Must Die mode, so definitely something.
That sounds
I have to
exciting.
go down there, of course. Oh, let me just fucking. Yeah, water. Why did it have to be water? That's exactly what I'm asking myself, dude. Nothing. You don't feel. I mean, even if this wasn't a horror game, you never feel more at a loss in games than when you're in a water level, because you're at the mercy of everything. Should it want to take you? It can. It will.
I feel like fucking water is terrifying in that way. What a fascinating way to really dig at people's fears, whether they're, passively or, or actively aware of that phobia. Like, everybody's scared of the fucking water. It's terrifying.
Well, especially like, I don't know, like you got gators, you got sharks, dude. Like, sharks to me are some of the most terrifying fucking things in the world.
Easily. Yeah.
Like, seriously, like they're straight out of horror stories themselves. Like, they could be a prop for a horror movie without even really being props. I mean, they're just fucking horrible. Their eyes are pitch black, rows of teeth. You can't make that shit up.
You can't. That's like giant squid is another thing too. That it's just like, imagine, being so fucking deep in the ocean that the light from the sun doesn't reach the bottom.
Yeah, no thanks.
And
no
there's a
thanks,
fucking
dude.
thing the size of 3 school buses with tentacles and a beak that could pretty much take your whole fucking head off. Like, that's nuts.
Yeah, you can keep that. You can fucking keep
I don't
that.
want any of that. It's very Lovecraft. That's all I can say about that. And thank you, H.P. Lovecraft, for all of the contributions.
You're the master. I mean, that's like the coolest part about Bloodborne is you can tell that game's so heavily influenced by him and his work.
That's why I love it. I can't wait for that Call of Cthulhu game. I'm truly excited about it.
It could be good. It could also be shit.
Oh, it could also be very bad. I'm almost counting on it to be fucking a hot bag of
two worst fears of dying, drowning, and being on fire. Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure. The thing about...
Yeah, I would say drowning is fucking terrifying.
Well, so I watched this one horror movie, and there was like this interesting little bit in it where they're torturing this man because they think he's the one that molested and killed their son. And they're doctors.
Wow.
Yeah. So they know like how to make pain last. So they're torturing this man, and hold on one second. Let me just get past this cutscene real quick.
If you hadn't come along.
So they're torturing this man, and they bring out this thing that's been popularized in Russia, and what it is you put a gas mask on top of their face, but what you do is you plug the part where the air comes back in. And what it does is it simulates suffocating. So it's a way to suffocate somebody without having to choke them, so you don't have to rely on hand strength to get the job done.
Without actually...
What? Like you just don't have to do... Well, it's like waterboarding, but here's the thing, is they brought up this really neat thing. Key inside of the elevator in the next room. Thank you so much, Doctor. I love you, buddy. The thing is they brought up that when someone drowns, the body eventually has to take a gasp. So what it does is it swallows the water, and that's what makes you drown, is you taking that last breath and swallowing the water. So it's a reprieve, because by swallowing the water, you get to satisfy that urge of taking a breath, essentially. Well, suffocating, you never get that reprieve. And what happens is your whole body goes to scream. So, like, your whole body aches and fights to breathe, and there's no breath. So being strangled is way worse than drowning. And I just thought that was interesting because, like, commonly, like everyone else, I thought drowning would be the worst because you fight to gasp, but you do get to satisfy that need eventually, even though it's the urge that ends up killing you.
Killing you, yeah.
Yeah, it's that urge is what ends up killing you because you swallow that water and that's what makes you drowned. But I thought it was cool. I wish I could remember the name of it, Doctor. I'll look for it. I'll look for it again. I can't remember it, but maybe if, like, the plot is essentially this couple, their kid gets abducted, and they find out that the guy who abducted and murdered their son was going to get released on a parole kind of thing, or he was only going to get life and they wanted the death penalty. So they take it in their own hands to kidnap the guy and make him suffer the way their son suffered. And since they're doctors, they know all these tricks. So, for instance, the guy injects the guy at one point with this medicine that makes his whole entire body go into cramps. So, like, imagine a leg cramp that goes over your entire body. Stuff like that. It's pretty twisted. And the ending's really good as well. It's a pretty good ending. So I highly recommend, if that description helps you find it, that you give it a look-see.
What is this?
It's this movie. I honestly can't think of the name. I can't think of the name of the movie right now. But it's something along the lines of like how far will you go kind of thing.
Have you been having any nosebleeds, headaches?
No. Why?
Joseph was. It's like he was turning into one of those things.
Maybe it doesn't affect everybody.
But it was good. So if that description helps you find it, I hope it does.
Lost you, buddy. You broke.
No, I literally just said 2 seconds of stuff. I really didn't say anything. I literally just said I hope that description helps you find it. That's it. Yeah, Google it, and if you come up with something, let us know, because that'd be great. They're great. Oh shit. I'm gonna assume that's Ruvik getting into my skull right now.
Sebastian? What is...
Stay back.
No way. No way. Okay.
What is this? Did you shoot me?
You started turning into a monster. You attacked me.
I don't got
I'm
anything
sorry,
wrong.
but you're tainted now. You might try to stop me through you.
Wait, what are you talking about?
What the hell? Kidman's knows more than what she's letting on, dude.
Shit.
You're saying Nicole Kidman
Get it open.
is not all that she lets on, dude?
The character's name is Kidman.
Leslie, is that you?
Nicole Kidman.
Oh.
She's changed.
Leslie,
You're just breaking up, so like I'm getting all.
no more.
It's okay, Justin. One day we'll afford great internet, and this will be a superfluous process. Maybe we'll just be in the same room one day. Who knows? Well, we don't.
Hey! Leslie?
Alright, here we go. On to a warehouse level, of course. But of course. I would have thought there was a key here for sure. They like hid. Yeah, that's it. The tortured. I'm almost positive that's it.
You're getting tired of playing games.
Okay, so we got ourselves another syringe. Let's do this.
Alright, my brother. I'm gonna cut it because internet is terrible, and this is becoming an awful experience for me.
All right, bud.
So
Pleasure chatting with you.
Yeah, no, it was a nice enlightening, it was a refreshing chat. We had some good laughs. We had insight. You died a whole fuck ton. Uh, uh, metric, if I might.
Not a whole ton.
It was good for me.
You could have fooled me, is that what you said?
That's not what I said, but I read it. Alright, buddy, I'll catch up with you guys in the chat.
Is there a key
And I'll go
somewhere?
popping in. I'll